Making YouTube videos isn't a zero-sum game. We all do better when we all do better. I'm not in competition with Buffman or the Wound channel because when they get more views, I do too. Each of our videos gets recommended alongside other videos, so all of us just do a little bit better when there's more of this gun nerd content out there. It is in our collective best interest to share any tricks we can get and to help each other be as successful as possible. I've been experimenting for months with YouTube, trying to find dependable ways to avoid or overturn demonetization. When one of your videos gets the piss dollar, it completely kills traffic, despite YouTube's repeated insistence that it doesn't. I don't really mind if they don't want to pay me as much, but I resent being silenced for wrong think. What follows are some strategies that I have found some success with. None of them are surefire, but each can work, and you can use most of these strategies in concert with each other. Bear in mind that this is all a result of poking at a black box and speculating about how it works. Some of this is confirmed and some is highly speculative. No single part of this is a magic bullet, but I have been able to reduce the number of my videos that were demonetized from 260 to 78, and that's a good thing. As I see it, there are two main strategies. Attempt to avoid the piss dollar in the first place, or try to get it removed. If you attempt to avoid it, there's always the risk that the video could draw a piss dollar in the future if the algorithms or policy change, like they've done before, and with my luck, that would happen right as a video was really taking off. But if you prefer to avoid the piss dollar from the start, here's a few strategies that could help. First, shoot and edit the video in such a way as to minimize the likelihood of drawing a piss dollar. That seems obvious, but what that means is don't cuss, or at least beep out any cuss words. That might also mean avoiding using generic common gun terms like Glock or bullet any more than necessary. Based on my testing with text tags, I suspect that very specific terms like Candelore and Bravo Company are probably okay. Minimize the number and volume of gunshots heard in the video. Play music in the background. Don't use close-ups that clearly show the outline of the gun. Either show it farther away or close enough that portions are not visible outside of the frame. Don't do anything that looks unsafe to stupid non-gun people that don't know any better. If you have sponsors, see if you can find ways to pimp them that don't obviously violate YouTube's secret policies about promotion of gun-related products. And unfortunately, it means that you just can't monetize videos that provide any form of instruction whatsoever. You can't even mention that a gun was modified. As far as YouTube is concerned, even mentioning that you mounted a scope is providing instructions for modifying a gun. So be careful about how you speak. The good news is YouTube censors are stupid and don't know shit about guns, so it's relatively easy to fool them. If you have an end card or intro video, make sure those segments on their own won't draw a piss dollar. The end card that I was using was likely responsible for quite a few of my piss dollars being confirmed because it showed me dropping a shotgun on the muzzle and other dangerous looking clips. Once you are finished making the most stealth gun video ever, set title, description, tags, and thumbnail that will help viewers find the video without triggering the algorithms. This is the part where you've got to ride a really fine line. It's probably best to avoid terms like pistol, AK-47, and RKBA. But you still have to use terms that A, users can search for to find your video, and more importantly, B, will have enough commonality with other gun-related content to show up in recommended alongside other gun-related videos. As a test, I published a straight-up gel test similar to my other content, but I gave it a title, description, tags, and thumbnail that had nothing to do with guns. It did not receive a piss dollar, but it also did not perform very well when released. The subject matter was in my wheelhouse, and I think the video was fairly well made, if it sounds a bit arrogant, so it should have done well. A few hours after publishing, I changed the title, description, tags, and thumb to reflect what the video actually was, and the performance shot right back up as you might expect. How much of this performance difference was the algorithm, and how much was because my regular viewers didn't want to watch a stupid cat video? Hard to say, but I'm sure both played a role. Now, in the title, description, and tags, I carefully avoided using general gun terms while including specific gun terms, though. If you want to avoid drawing a piss dollar in the first place, you should upload your video with nothing more than a single word title, blank description, tags, and a default thumbnail, whatever YouTube picked. Then, gradually add descriptive terms to each field and wait to see if a piss dollar triggers. Make a change. Wait an hour, make a change. If you get one, you'll know what terms to avoid when you delete the video and re-upload. Once you're satisfied, toggle the video's privacy from private to unlisted, back, and also upload another thumbnail. That seems to cause the algorithm to perform another check. If at any point you trigger a piss dollar, delete, upload, run through the process again. Another, more aggressive strategy is to upload a video that you know is solid, but intentionally trigger a piss dollar anyway, using murder, death, kill kind of trigger words in the title, description, and tags. Things like explosion, bump stock, and violence are pretty likely to do the trick. Once you get that piss dollar, change everything back to friendly, innocuous terms that sound boring. Include a disclaimer in your description like the one I used in mine for this video. The intent here is to eliminate any potential excuse for demonetization when the manual reviewer looks at it. One of the main things that they've been hitting gun tubers with lately is this idea that any shooting that takes place somewhere that doesn't look like a range to the skinny jeans soy boy YouTube censor must be inherently dangerous. And the other big one they've been claiming is that we're promoting guns or accessories. I had one video demonetized for no discernible reason other than the fact that the title mentioned you can get the ammo at Walmart. When you are confident that your video is back to being inoffensive, request a manual review. If it passes, you can change everything back to normal. I've changed title, description, and tags on an approved video to some seriously triggering shit, and it didn't draw the piss dollar again. Once it's approved, it seems very unlikely to get the piss dollar again no matter what you do. If it does get confirmed by annual review, you can always delete, re-upload, and keep trying. You could even render multiple videos with only tiny differences and upload all of them at once, trigger the piss dollar, request a review, all of them simultaneously. What do you care how much of YouTube's time you waste? But what about all of those videos you already published that are still demonetized and their status has been pending review for months even though you submitted them for manual review a long time ago? YouTube says they won't review anything that hasn't received at least 1,000 views in the last week, so you're fucked, right? It can't get views because it's demonetized, and it can't get monetized because it can't get views. It turns out that they will indeed review videos that don't meet that threshold if your channel has over 10,000 subscribers and the video is unlisted. You heard that right. Setting the status of the video to unlisted essentially bumps it to the front of the review queue, even if it was already published. That means you can take a video that was already published, got demonetized, you sent to manual review, you can trigger it to get to the front of that line by setting it to unlisted, and I have tested and confirmed this. Between another content creator and myself, we submitted probably about a dozen videos for manual review that had already had a piss dollar and had already been submitted months or even years ago, and were all still sitting in pending review. Now, obviously, taking a video that was already public and producing some views and setting it to unlisted does have some risk in that maybe it just stops getting views altogether. But on the other hand, it's kind of nice to stick it to the man. Now, if you have this video that's been uploaded for a long time, got the piss dollar, been in manual review for forever, you toggle the status, it gets its review, but then, of course, it's confirmed and it keeps the piss dollar. Well, now what? Well, one strategy is you could download the video, make a minor change, and upload it so you still have both of them on, and then run through changes in title, description, and tags like we were talking about earlier until you get a combination that you're happy with, and then you could publish the quote-unquote new video. Probably a good idea to tell your viewers that it's a re-upload, but it's a thing that you could do. I tested it. It does work. And judging by the comment section, it sounds like almost everybody that watched the video hadn't seen it the first time through anyway. So, I mean, one way of looking at it is you could actually be doing your viewers a favor by showing them content that they hadn't seen and would never see because YouTube didn't recommend it to them in the first place. But let's say you're not happy with any of those strategies, or You tried all of them over and over and over, and nothing's working. It's still got that pissed dollar. Did you know that there is a second tier of appeal for videos that are demonetized? Yeah, me neither until recently, but when you submit a video for manual review, it goes to some offshore click farm. Or at least I think it does. YouTube's kind of secretive about that part. And who could blame them if they're paying people essentially slave wages to review these monetization claims? That's not exactly something that they probably want to have public. These folks don't have the time, English skills, or cultural knowledge to make very good decisions, so they rarely approve videos that were flagged by the algorithm. But if one of your videos has been demonetized and confirmed by manual review, you can submit it for internal review. Google YouTube Partner Support and click the first link. I'll also include that link in the description. Click the ellipsis in the upper left and select Get Support. Then click Get Creator Support, and then Monetization and AdSense, then Email Support. I would just send you the link for that page, but that would actually drop you back off where that other link is anyway, because Google is intentionally burying this form. But really, fill out the form. Seriously. This will start an internal review process. Presumably, it goes to an honest-to-goodness American inside Google. A few notes on this, though. First, I strongly recommend that you only use this for videos that you are confident do not violate YouTube policy or advertiser guidelines. That means no promotion of guns or related products, no instruction whatsoever, nothing that could be interpreted as dangerous or unsafe, and obviously, carefully review the title, description, tags, and thumbnail for anything that could be remotely offensive and remove all links, every one of them. Imagine that you're a morbidly obese feminist with pink hair. Can you find anything that offends you other than the mere existence of firearms? If so, change it before you submit it. If it passes review, you can always change it back. Second, when you fill the form, use some boilerplate language like this to head off any potential concerns beforehand. I'll include this message in the description as well. I believe it is very important to be as successful at this stage as possible, especially in the long term. It's a powerful tool, so please try to keep it working. I can't be certain, but it seems that the more piss dollars I get overturned, the less likely it is that I get an instant piss dollar when I upload videos. I believe that both the manual review and internal review are being used to train YouTube's algorithms, so it is in our collective best interest for everyone to submit only videos that they are confident will be overturned. But these internal review requests go to a different person each time. Speaking with other creators, I've found they've had some mixed results. So I recommend you do not send a long list at first. Send one video. If it is denied, start the form over again with a different video. Once you get approved, submit additional videos to the same person by replying to the email thread. The emails they send reference to passing the video on to an internal team, but because I've had very good results with my guy and others have had less than great results, I suspect that each reviewer has a role in the process. I'll keep poking this bear and reporting my results. You can help by sharing your experience with other creators. Let's pull together and make YouTube great again.